welcome to my channel, or welcome back if this is not your first time here. Thank you so much for tuning in. I greatly appreciate it. Today I'm going to be doing a tutorial on this super simple summertime look. It is glowy, bronzy, and super easy to achieve. So what more could you ask for a summer tutorial? It is the hottest month of the year, so I don't like to put too much effort into my makeup when I'm just going to walk outside, and it's probably going to pour off of my face for the most part. So I do really simple looks, and this is by far my favorite one to do. I still have a full face of makeup on, but the eyes are so easy to achieve. It really doesn't take any time at all, and it is just bronzy, glowy, and beautiful for summer. So if you're interested in how to achieve this look, please stay tuned and keep on watching. Please do not forget to subscribe. We are not quite at 100 subscribers, and until we hit 100, we are not doing the Modern Renaissance giveaway. So let's get there so we can do the giveaway. I have the palette here ready to give to somebody. So subscribe if you haven't, and I will love you forever, and maybe you'll get a Modern Renaissance palette. Thank you so much for watching. Stay tuned to get this super simple summertime look, and I'll see you soon.
To start out every look, you have to prime your face, and I'm going in with my favorite primer, which is the Makeup Forever Step 1 primer. I am using the hydrating formula, and I get that rubbed all into my skin using patting and small circular motions. And then for foundation, I'm using the Clinique Beyond Perfecting Foundation and Concealer. This is in the shade 8 Golden Neutral. And I love that it has a large doe foot applicator because I can put it in the places really heavily that need it the most. I have a ton of pimples right now, so I'm using this to cover them up very well, and then putting less coverage where I don't need it as much. And then I will go in with a damp beauty sponge. I will be using a beauty blender, but you could use any damp beauty sponge that you have, and I'm going to pat that into the skin. I always start on my chin just to make sure that the color is matching my neck and the rest of my body, because I do not tan my face, so my face is always not going to match my foundation. But I'll just continue to pat that into the skin until it is blended in and it melds very nicely in. It looks pretty seamless, and I will go in with a little bit more of the foundation on those pimples on my chin, especially to cover them up more so. This is a great foundation because you can build it up. I love buildable foundations. I also go over my eyes. This is to prep them for shadow later. And then I'm going in with the Tarte Shape Tape in the shade Medium to cover the dark circles under my eyes. I love this concealer. This concealer is definitely fastly becoming my favorite. However, I have not been able to find it in any lighter shade than the shade Medium, and Medium is a little too dark to highlight my face with, so I've just been using it under the eyes to cover up the darkness under my eyes, and it blends in with my foundation pretty well, and it really does cover the dark circles under there. I highly recommend it if you can find it in your shade. I think they only sell it at Ulta at this point. So to highlight, I'm going in with the Tarte Rainforest of the Sea concealer. This is in the shade Light. This is a more watery based concealer, and this is actually a really great concealer to highlight the face with because it blends out really nicely, and it just lightens up those parts of the face that you want light to reflect off of. So this combination actually really works really well for me, and I have been using it more and more frequently. But I would really like to get shade Light or Light Medium in the Shape Tape so that I could see how that works all over the face as opposed to just under the eyes. And once I do get my hands on it, I will let you know how I like it. Now to bake all of this concealer, we are going to go in with the RCMA No Color Powder. This is a translucent powder. I've used it in many of my videos, and I just dip my damp beauty sponge directly into the powder, and I start dabbing that on all of the parts of the face that I concealed. So I start under the eyes because that's the area I want to bake the longest, and I will go all under my eye. I will go onto my forehead, my nose, my upper lip, and my chin as well. This method is great. It helps to minimize creasing, specifically under the eyes, which is where I get the most creasing. It also helps keep your makeup in place all day long. So I highly recommend this technique. I will let this sit on my face for about a minute and then I wipe it away using a Morphe E50 brush. Just a small little face brush, and it works really well to dust all of that away. But I would recommend keeping it on for at least 30 seconds before dusting it off. I usually do it for 60 seconds. Sometimes I will leave it on even longer than that, and I'll just start doing other parts of my face, other parts of my makeup rather, and I'll come back and dust it off like several 5 to 10 minutes later. And that is just as, sometimes even better in my opinion, but it just depends on how much bakage you want and how light you want it, because it will make your face lighter as well. Now to bronze the cheeks, I'm using my Lorac Tantalizer bronzer in the shade Golden Glow. This is one of my go-to bronzers. I can't seem to get away from it. If I am not doing a contour and I'm just bronzing my face up, I always go in with this bronzer and my MAC 135 paddle brush. This is my favorite way to bronze up my face. This is definitely like my summertime go-to bronze skin look. I love using this bronzer. And you don't have to be too precise with it. I do my cheeks, I do my forehead, and then I do my chin because that really helps chisel out that area. And then to highlight the face, I will go in with my Cover FX Custom Enhancer Drops in the shade Sunlight. I love these drops. I put them on with my finger, and really quickly after that, I will dab with my damp beauty blender because they dry very quickly. So as soon as you dab it onto the area you want to highlight, make sure you pounce it in with that sponge, get it blended exactly how you want it, and then move on to the next area of the face so that it doesn't have too much time to set and that you can get a real natural glow doing it that way. I'm also going to highlight my nose and my Cupid's bow with this highlighter. I just do the exact same thing I do with my cheeks, put it on and pounce it out. And then I go in with my Hourglass Ambient Lighting Powder and use my tapered highlighting brush from Sigma. This is the F35, and I highlight my forehead and my chin with this highlighter. This is something that I do every single day, no matter what look I'm doing. I always highlight my forehead and my chin with this highlighter. Now I'm going into my Becca and Jaclyn Hill highlight and blush palette, and I am going to blush up my cheeks using the shade Rosé Spritz. I love this blush, and I just sandwich it in between the bronzer and the highlight, and I put a little on my nose because in the summer I really like that sun-kissed look of putting blush on the nose. And then a little tip is to go in with a stippling brush to blend that out. I'm using a Wet n Wild stippling brush. Now I am going to go in to my brows, first using the Benefit Gimme Brow Gel. This is in the shade 3, and I have been loving this gel. I go in with this before I go in with my brow pencil, and I just shape up those brows. If you're in a rush to get out of the house, you could absolutely just put this on your brows and not even do a pencil. It would take 1 minute, and it makes your brows have so much more dimension, and they look darker and fuller, and I am just really in love with this gel. So check it out if you are in the market for new brow gel. I promise you won't be disappointed. Now I'm going in with my Anastasia Brow Wiz. This is in the shade Soft Brown. I do rotate in between soft brown and dark brown, but today I decided to go with soft brown, and I am just lightly going in and shading those brows out using very light and short motions. I follow the grain of the hair, and then I'll go in with a spoolie and brush all of that out. This is kind of an updated brow routine. I did do a how to fill in your eyebrows video months ago, but this is what I have been doing recently, and it is a little bit different than that video. So I wanted to show you guys because I normally leave this step out of my videos. Now for eyeshadow, I'm actually using an Estee Lauder illuminator, which I believe really is a bronzer, but they call it an illuminator. This is the Pure Color Topaz Chameleon Illuminating Powder. It is such a beautiful gold shade, and I love putting this all over my eye. So I will start in the upper crease, and I will put this all over the lid, and literally this will be all that I put on my eyes for eyeshadow other than the inner corner and the brow bone. I go in with a fluffy blending brush and really get that crease blended out. And then I will go in with a smaller crease brush and just get the lid and get that edge winged out really nicely. I like to do a winged out shape on my eye with my shadows a lot because it elongates the eye and makes them look much bigger. So you'll see me do that a lot. So once I have all of that coated all over my eye and it's to my liking, I will then grab a pencil brush and start bringing that color on the lower lash line. I start with a pencil brush, and then I will go in with that smaller crease brush, which, by the way, is a Sigma Blending E25 brush. It's a small blending brush, and I will drag that color on the lower lash line with that, and it really just gives you a really blown out, more editorial look on the eyes, and I really love that. Now I'm going in with a highlighter on the inner corner of my eyes, and it is actually out of the Anastasia Beverly Hills Glow Kit in the shade That Glow. It is the shade Dripping in Gold. And then I'm going to curl my lashes, apply some mascara. I'm using my MAC Extended Giga Black Lash. And then I'm putting some lashes on. These are the Ardell Wispies. I don't know which style of the Wispies they are because I threw the package away, but I love these lashes and they're super affordable. Then I am going in with my NYX Soft Matte Lip Cream in the shade London. Such a comfortable, beautiful nude lip cream. Very wearable and very easy to apply, so highly recommend it. And then I will go in with my Jouer Skinny Dip Lip Topper, which I am living for this summer. I use it all the time, and I love the way it complements a nude lip or even goes on top of a color. It's just so beautiful. And that is the final look once you spritz your face with some setting spray. I did that off camera, but I hope you enjoyed this video, and I will see you soon. Thanks so much for watching.